the black swan reality is hit. We did a trial run and the technology was working well. I was not able to listen to Vivek almost right through. I then switched from my laptop to my smartphone. So, black swans happen. And on that note, Romil, this is for you. The question is for you. COVID, it's an example, classic example of a black swan, and they do happen. And, you've been in the consulting space, and the question that I have for you is, how do you have firms and institutions better simulate future scenarios from where we are and redraw their entire enterprise risk management thinking? Because obviously, COVID was something no one had thought, planned. Is there a lesson, and what would your advice be to companies to look at their enterprise risk management approach now?
Sure. Good afternoon. Thanks, Prabir and Deepak, and of course, good afternoon to ladies and gentlemen. Hope all of you are doing safe. This is unprecedented. I mean, we do simulations, we do all kinds of things in Deloitte. It's interesting, I heard the framework, the different frameworks, and we have something called Respond, Recover, Thrive. Interesting, all of them sort of are similar in what they're doing. But the reason, when I come back to specifically this is one event that doesn't seem to have affected only one part of the business, right? It has affected business, economy, health, everything else. And what we're probably going to see is you're probably going to see countries becoming more isolationist. I think globalization is going to take an impact. You're going to see politics coming in between. This is also the year of elections, can have dramatic consequences. Right. So what we always say is you should do scenario planning, and you should really prepare and visualize. And when we used to do scenario planning, we typically looked at scenario planning from a perspective of, our top management, really, right? Take the top management of a company, and they normally do scenario planning. Get in, of course, some other folks who are specialized in this, your risk management professionals. But what we've really seen is you got to get data scientists, you got to get epidemiologists, you got to get in different sets of people. You got to get in the youngest sets of people and really look after scenario after scenario. And what you can do is, you don't know what will happen, but what you can do is get into the nth level of different scenarios and prepare for each scenario. I think that is extremely critical. Second is challenge every orthodoxy possible. I mean, the old orthodoxy was, you have a business continuity plan, you have another location site, you'll get it done. Whoever thought that the whole world is going to be non-functional, right? So, challenge every specific orthodoxy as such. Also, I think very important during the simulation is to look at the fact that what are all the risks? Yes, absolutely. But also look at what are the risks to your competitors. Look at every risk from both your perspective, your country's perspective, your competitor's perspective, but look at it also from an opportunity perspective. There could be an opportunity because someone, and I think Partha mentioned cash is king. We will see companies go belly up. We will see companies not able to sustain this. Is there obviously an opportunity then for a company to sort of step in? Because when the market shrinks, what you can only do is you can only increase your share of the wallet to still sustain. So one of the things that we're seeing as good practices and as mentioned clearly, when we looked at Respond, Recover, and Thrive, the Thrive was really the other team which looked at a scenario which would happen 15 to 18 months and then onwards to say, how do you still continue in that scenario with all the constraints that you have now and change your business model completely, all right? So and a classic example, of course, again mentioned, but what we are seeing with clients is by virtualization and digitization, what can I do both in terms of changing my business model to become much more efficient, faster on the cloud using more AI, or for example, also saying simple things like real estate. Can I give 50% of my real estate space back? I mean, this is pretty common. Global corporations are doing it. Indian corporations are doing it. So yeah, that's what I would say is that's how people should prepare and simulate.
Great, Romil. Thank you. This is very good. I do pick this up. Respond, Recover, Thrive. Very interesting. Now the question is, how well and how quickly can one do that?